I really did not think that Marvel Tōkon was going to be able to top the Knights of Doom trailer because the villain team for the game is just perfect, but here we are with the Ghost Riders Samurai Outriders team that has Blade, Loki, and Deadpool. It's just perfect. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, this team is absolutely insane. I love the trailer. It just looked so cool. So let's do a breakdown of the characters, their moveset, what it looks like that they're gonna play, and then talk about the news around the game, like the beta and more. Like and subscribe if you want to support the channel or see more Marvel Tōkon content, and let's get into the breakdown. So let's actually start by talking about Blade, because he could very easily be the most requested character for this game. I feel like absolutely everybody wanted Blade in the roster, and he's looking incredible. Like, he looks like the coolest character until now in the entire roster, and his moveset is pretty interesting. For example, the first thing that I noticed is that a couple of his moves look very similar to the Misfiner that Johnny has in the Guilty Gear series, which is really cool to see in Blade's moveset. Then of course he has a lot of attacks based on like different weapons, guns, and gadgets, which is very expected for a character like Blade. And then he has two key mechanics that seem to be the most important part of his moveset. The first one is the Heartstopper mechanic, which is information that we have in the PlayStation blog. And the Heartstopper is essentially a mechanic that allows Blade to pin people down in place so that he gets access to a specific movement options like command dashes and teleports, so he can extend combos. And maybe his pressure, we need more footage to know what exactly it looks like on other situations, but it looks like one of the more important mechanics, the Heartstopper one, that allows, Blade to pin people down in place and get a specific new movement options. And then he also has like a powered up sword, which is red. It turns to, red, and then you get that like unique move or unique sword that allows you to do more damage and also get a specific attacks. So it looks like the more important parts about Blade's moveset are the red sword, that is like the buff, powered up weapon, and then also the Heartstopper mechanic to pin people down and get unique movement attacks. So Blade is looking really cool, super unique also compared to the rest of the cast, so it is very exciting to see the character in the roster, arguably the most requested character for the game. Now obviously we have Loki in the reveal, and I feel like Loki was the biggest surprise of the trailer because nobody was expecting Loki to make it into the game, especially if he didn't make it as a villain with Doom. And it does make sense when you think about it, to put Loki as an anti-hero along Ghost Rider, because Loki in the last MCU stuff that he's been a part of at least, and also in some comics, he's more of an anti-hero now than an actual villain. And the Loki moveset is also looking really cool. Like, he has a ton of elemental attacks. For example, he has ice attacks with his staff, and they even can freeze you like in place to extend combos. Looks really, really nice. He also has fire attacks with a sword. Looks incredible also. And his supers are looking really clean as well. And then also, of course, he has a lot of trickery, style attacks. Like, it looks like he can do like illusions and put colognes or some sort of feints to make people whiff big moves and then punish them. And that just fits Loki as a character, it fits the Loki identity perfectly. It is probably gonna be a bit infuriating to fight against Loki, I'm not gonna lie, because of all, the feints and the clones and all of that. But that is perfect for Loki. I cannot complain about it, and he's looking really cool. I feel like a lot of people also are gonna play Loki because of how he looks. Like, his design is really cool, and he's looking kind of handsome. I'm not gonna lie, like, you gotta stop this guy because he's looking too good, okay? But Loki makes it into the game with a very unique and cool moveset that is very fitting to his identity as a character, so I'm very happy to see Loki in the roster. He's looking really cool. But of course, we cannot forget about Deadpool, because the amount of love that ArcSys put into Deadpool in this game is off the charts. Like, the character is full of references, and he pretty much feels like a love letter to fighting games as a genre. He just looks incredible. The guy has the Johnny Cage punch in the nuts. He has the Jacka pose. He has the classic get over here from Scorpion in Mortal Kombat, into also the classic MK uppercut, which looks amazing. Then he also has Tatsugeki, he has Foot Dive from Doctor Doom, he has a Roman Cancel, which is a mechanic from the Guilty Gear series. He also has the classic like Vegeta Ki Blast attack. He also has a kick that Jam has in Guilty Gear. He even has a move from Yoshimitsu from the Tekken series. Like, what else do you even want from a character that is like this, that is clearly like a fighting game references, like as a meta character? He's just looking perfect, and obviously his moveset is gonna be like very diverse because of all the moves that he has. It looks like he's just gonna be a jack of all trades character, but I don't even know what to say when it comes to trying to evaluate Deadpool in this game, because it just feels like one of the biggest love letter to fighting games we've seen in years in any game out there. So I'm pretty happy. He just looks incredible. Very also on character, like the overall, personality that he has. very young character to what Deadpool tends to be. The only thing that I didn't really catch in the trailer for Deadpool that seems to be very important because they mentioned it in the PlayStation blog is that it seems like Deadpool has his healing factor in his moveset in this game, but I didn't really see it in the trailer, so maybe we need more footage to understand if he can actually heal with some moves or things like that. But overall, Deadpool is looking amazing, and he might as well be one of the coolest love letter to fighting games we've seen in years. Before we move on though to other news and info about Marvel Tōkon, I really wanted to give props to the developers and ArcSystemworks around the uniqueness of each character in this game, because it really feels like every character in the roster has a very distinct playstyle and moveset. They not only look incredible and really polished, but everybody plays differently, and it is very hard to accomplish that, especially when you have to reimagine characters that have been in other fighting games before, and also create, new ones from scratch that all look incredible. So a lot of props to ArcSys, because the work and love behind this game, it feels there, you can see it, and it's really cool to play a game that is so expected from everybody, that is arguably the biggest fighting game of the year, that it has so much love in it and so much genuine work and passion. So I just want to give, kind of like my most sincere positive feedback to ArcSys as a company and the people behind the game, because it looks perfect. Like, the amount of work, passion, and love behind this title is off the charts, and they deserve, all the love that can come to them with all the work they've done with Marvel Tōkon. But of course, it doesn't end there, because they have also confirmed in the PlayStation blog that we're gonna get a ton of character guides all the way until the game comes out. I would guess that it's gonna be the entire roster that is gonna get, guides one by one, so I'm gonna try to make videos for those and break down every character, their playstyle and moveset with detail, so we can talk about it. And then also, we're getting an open beta for both PlayStation 5 and PC, which is the two systems in which you are gonna be able to play this game. It is great that it's open and it's also on PC. It might cause some troubles, with data mining and things like that. I really hope that that is not the case, but it just always happens, because with PC, you can just, maneuver to get into that type of data. Hopefully that is not the case, because I don't want, everybody to get spoiled with the DLC or stuff like that. So let's hope that it doesn't happen, but at least it is good news that we're gonna have a beta, both PC and PS5, and that is open, so everybody can play it from the 24th to the 26th of July. It does kind of synchronize with the release of Avatar Legends, which is a bummer, but Marvel Tōkon is the most expected fighting game of this year very easily, and I'm still gonna cover Avatar, don't worry about it. I'm gonna make guides for Avatar as well, so we're gonna try to make videos for both Tōkon and Avatar, even if, the two releases synchronize at the same time. So thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Ghost Rider team with Blade, Loki, and also Deadpool. Did you like it? Did you maybe expect other characters? Like and subscribe if you want to see more content from Marvel Tōkon, or just support the channel. I truly appreciate it, and see you on the next one. Take care.